Dear ladies and gentlemen, greetings to you all. Are we in fear of our career? Are we in the midst of challenges? Are we in the midst of trouble? Are we thinking that there is no better future for us? Are we thinking that there is no better career for us? Are you thinking that you will not be success in your life? Are you thinking that you will not have any better career? Do you think that you will not prosper? Are you in the midst of different situations that are so hard and tough for you to face it? Are you tired of your life? If you are in such a situations, this video is for you. So let us have a glance on the Bible. What does Bible talks about having faith and hope in the midst of challenges, difficulties, trials and tragedy that we do face in day-to-day life? What does Bible talks about this? The second book of the Bible, book of Exodus chapter number 14, it talks about having faith in the midst of tragedy, having hope or having faith in God in the midst of tragedy. The book of Exodus, it is the book of miracles. God, he reflects his glory or his glory throughout the book by doing several miracles. God, he proves that God of Israel is the universal God. He is the alone God on the planet of earth. God chose the people of Israel and he led them to be slaves in the land of Egypt for 430 years, probably. And God also chose a leader called Moses to lead the people of Israel from the land of Egypt to the land of Canaan, to which God has promised to the people of Israel. So God called out to the people of Israel from the land of Egypt by the leader called Moses. And it was God one who chose people of Israel, the nation Israel, in order to carry out his salvific plan to the entire humanity. And now in the chapter number 14, verse 10 following, people of Israel are in front of the Nile River. And they heard that the armies of Pharaoh they are chasing behind them in order to threaten them and kill them. In chapter number 14, verse 1 following, God had told Moses that I will harden the heart of Pharaoh, and Pharaoh and his army will chase you out in order to threaten you and kill you. And thus it happened exactly as God had told to Moses. So when the people of Israel they reached to the Nile River, they heard the sound of armies of the Pharaoh, that there is a great sound is coming behind them. And by seeing them, all the people of Israel will panic. They were feared of their life. They were thinking that there is no hope for them. They were thinking that there is no better life for them. They were thinking that they had better life in Egypt. They told Moses that why you have brought us in forest or in front of this Nile River. Have you brought us to kill us? Have you brought us in order to kill us? It was better for us to live in the land of Egypt than to die in this desert. To die in this desert. But Moses, one who believed in God and had faith in God in such a position, and murmuring voice from the people of Israel, he gave the powerful statement, do not fear, stand still, and you will see the salvation of God in your life today. The Egyptians to whom you are seeing today will not see again. The Lord of Israel, the God Yahweh, will fight for you. Dear people, are we panic? Are we fearful? Are we fearful of our career? Are you thinking that you will have no future? Are you thinking that you will have no better career in your life? Are you thinking that you are in the midst of tragedy and there is no hope for you to come out from that? Are you in such a fearful situations? Are you like people of Israel murmuring against the circumstances that you are facing? Are you thinking that where you were before you want to live there only? That was a better life for you? Are you thinking that where you were that is only the destiny of your life? Are you thinking that there is no better hope for you in your life? Do you think that there is no purpose of God in your life? Are you have such a kind of negative thoughts in your mind or in your life? If you have such thoughts, today God will rescue. Today God will strengthen you. Today God will strengthen you surely and absolutely if you are ready to hear God today. If you are ready to hear and if you are ready to be positive in your mind. Do you think that do you think that difficulties and tragedy that you are facing in your life are bigger than you or your God to whom you believe? Do you think that God is not able to rescue you from the circumstances that you do face? Are you thinking that your problems are bigger than the situations that you are facing? Do you think that God is not able to deliver you from the challenges that you are facing? Dear ladies and gentlemen, you need to believe that God is above every circumstances, every problems, every challenges. Indeed, challenges, tragedy, problems and difficulties are real in life. But giving up in the midst of challenges and tragedy is not exactly the human life. But human life is to face them, to overcome them, and to face them and overcome them. We need to have the positive mind and we need to have faith and hope in God of Israel or the universal God, God Yahweh. Moses told them that God will deliver you, God will fight for you. And God commanded Moses, lift up your rod and put into the Nile River, and it will divide into two parts. And it happened exactly as God had told Moses. The Nile River was divided into two parts, and the people of Israel walked through it across. And when the armies of Pharaoh they were chasing them out, the God overthrown them into the sea, Nile, and they died. And very next day, the people of Israel they saw the dead bodies of Egyptians who were chasing them in order to threaten them and kill them. So such a results will come out when you will believe in God, when you are in the times of trouble and tragedy and trials in your life. The problems that you are facing in your life today, God will rescue. You need to stand still and have faith in God. The difficulties and situations that are contrary that you are facing, if you will believe in God, God will rescue you. God will make you winner because you will not fight, but God will fight for you. Do you think that you have no better career? Do you think that you will have no better future? Do you think that you are tired of your life? Do you think that you will have no better things in your life? Do you think that you are failed today? If you have such thoughts, this message is absolutely for you, my dear friends. And not only for you, but for every one of us. So let us have faith in God of Israel in the midst of tragedy, trials, and different circumstances. God will surely rescue you, and God will fight for you on behalf of you because He cares for you, He loves you. And in order to demonstrate His highly love, He gave His only Son, Jesus Christ, who died on the cross of Calvary to rescue you and me, to give us salvation, and to live with Him eternally. God bless you.